In the world, there are three solid facts. Gravity exists, we breathe oxygen, and bros like ponies. These bros who like ponies are called Bronies. On the Hub in 2010, the fourth generation of the hit Hasbro series My Little Pony began. Taking place in the land of Equestria, the show centered around the unicorn pony Twilight Sparkle as she learns a lesson about friendship. Most of the characters on the show were designed by animator Lauren Faust, who also developed the show for television. Despite the target demographic of young girls, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic has gained a following of male fans between the ages of 13 and 35. Starting at 4chan and discussion about the show, the fandom of My Little Pony spread throughout the internet, causing a large fan base to emerge. Through the fan base, a multitude of creative works, fan sites, and conventions have spawned. The fan base has adopted the name Brony, a combination of the terms bro and pony to describe themselves. Though a surprise to Faust, Hasbro, and the others involved in the show, they've embraced the fandom and have manipulated aspects of the show to involve subtle nods to their older fans. Now let's go and meet the Bronies.
Hello, my name is Colby Johnson, and I am a Brony.
Hi, my name is Kara Higgins, and I'm a Brony.
My name is Michael Dodson, and I am a Brony.
I was introduced to the My Little Pony community by some of my friends, and also by a few random people on Facebook. I saw some of the artwork, and I decided to finally just watch the show, and here I am.
I was having a nerd party here at my house, and one of my friends brought over a friend of hers who I hadn't met yet, and me and her both had the same liking for Tara Strong and all her voice work, and she told me, hey, you should check out My Little Pony. It has Tara Strong in it. She convinced me to watch it. I decided to just plop down on Netflix. I took the laptop, went to a dark corner in the room, locked the door, put the headphones in, make sure no one was listening. First couple episodes, I'm just like, gosh, this is so silly. Within like 5 episodes, and I'm just like, oh my god, this show is amazing. I love it. I love it. And I'm like, and then by 10, I'm just like, My Little Pony, My Little Pony.
My stepbrother came home from work 2 years ago. The first thing he did was sit down and turn on My Little Pony. So that kind of
I stood around the community because I am an art student, so when I got more into the fandom, I actually met more people who were into the pony art like I was, and I also met other Bronies who were just really chill people, and we all got along. So the reason I stuck around in the Brony community is because I met some really great friends who I keep in contact with fairly often, and it got me back into the art zone, which is cool.
I would usually just look up stuff on DeviantArt, since that usually has a lot of community stuff, especially with like cartoon shows and other sort of nerdy stuff. And then eventually it just spread out, and I looked at some YouTube videos, and that's how I became familiar with the musicians. And then there's also the Facebook group that I'm a part of called the Utah Bronies.
There's no such thing as weird to a Brony, so I felt at peace with the community.
My initial thought on the concept was of Bronies. I was really weirded out at first because I found it kind of odd that like 20 to 30-something-year-old men were watching little ponies dance around the screen. But now that I've seen the show, I can understand where they're coming from.
Such a diverse group. I mean, no Brony is the same. We're all so very different. And the thing I like is that even through all our differences, we all manage to get along and just have a lot of fun. It's all just because of these 6 colorful ponies, which is, I think, is quite amazing.
Explaining the fandom to non-Bronies is like explaining quantum physics to a duck. It doesn't end up well, because I tried to explain. The show has a good plot line, the characters are funny. Pinkie Pie alone is the reason why I watch some episodes. But it's like I explain that to them, and the main response I get back is, oh, you're childish. You are 19 years old, you're watching My Little Pony.
Do I have a hard time explaining it to non-Bronies? Sometimes. Most of the time I just say, oh, we're just grown adults who like My Little Pony. That's about it. And then when they ask me why, I just say, it's just a good show. Good writing, good voice acting. Beautiful animation, that's one of my favorite parts. And of course, the songs are always amazing.
If people watch the show, they would see that there's nothing really to hate on.
There are just some people who just think it's weird, and type of them, they just haven't experienced the magic of friendship.
My Little Pony is 20% cooler than Jersey Shore.
I got my fiance into My Little Pony, and she is now planning to get an Applejack tattoo. I got a Twilight Sparkle tattoo on my wrist.
Where I live, there's actually a lot of Bronies, and we have monthly, sometimes twice a month meetups. In fact, for the season 3 premiere, we had a meetup of like 77 people. It was quite amazing, actually. And then I found out at my work that there's 2 more I just met, and then my girlfriend's a Brony as well, or Pegasus or whatever. We even had our own convention called the Crystal Mountain Pony Con back in April.
I was actually in the subway last week, and the first stop I got on the train, a girl in the subway car looked at my jacket and she yelled, "Derpy!" referring to the patch I have on my arm. So I mean, yeah, I say there's a decent amount of Bronies where I live, so I'm not really complaining. I think you should know the Brony community has really changed my life and perspective in some ways, because it has helped me with depression. It has taught me some very good life lessons. It has brought me and the person I care about the most closer together. I think people should know that My Little Pony is generally awesome, and it's a great way to teach people to be kind to each other. Friends do make a difference.
Friendship is magic. Go back to Celestia about that.
And there you have it. Brony lives from Brony perspectives. Their belief is that friendship is magic, and they hold their fandom with the utmost of honor. This is Brian Ravelli, and just be glad we didn't meet the Cloppers.